First contact deception. The stars stretched endlessly through the observation deck's panoramic window as Captain Maya Chen gazed outward, her dark eyes reflecting the distant lights of an unfamiliar solar system. After 15 years of interstellar signals and cautious exchanges, humanity was about to make official first contact with the Valkyrie Federation. 5 minutes until we reach the rendezvous point, Captain, announced Lieutenant Rajpedal from behind her. Maya nodded, straightening the crisp blue uniform of the Earth Alliance. Alert the diplomatic team. I want everyone ready and presentable when we meet our new galactic neighbors. The Earth Alliance vessel Intrepid represented humanity's finest achievement, a fusion-powered interstellar ship equipped with the most advanced technology Earth had developed. Still, intelligence suggested the Valkyrie were centuries ahead in technological development. Maya felt the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. This meeting could determine humanity's place among the stars. Dr. Elena Novak, Earth's chief xenolinguist, joined Maya at the window. Her translator device, a thin band around her neck, hummed softly as it processed the latest Valkyrie language updates. Nervous? Elena asked. Cautiously optimistic, Maya replied with a slight smile. Though something about their last transmission felt rehearsed. Elena raised an eyebrow. How so? Too perfect, too accommodating. Maya shrugged. Maybe I'd been in space too long. The Intrepid slowed as it approached a massive structure floating in space, a Valkyrie diplomatic station, shaped like an elaborate spiral, glowing with pulsing blue energy that seemed to flow through transparent conduits. It dwarfed the human vessel, a not-so-subtle reminder of the technological gap between the species. Receiving transmission from the Valkyrie station, called out Communications Officer Lai Wei. On screen, Maya ordered, turning to face the main bridge display. The screen flickered to life, revealing a tall, slender being with iridescent skin that shifted between shades of blue and green. 4 arms were folded in what intelligence suggested was a gesture of respect. The Valkyrie's face featured large, multifaceted eyes and a small mouth that didn't move when it spoke. Greetings, humans of Earth Alliance, came a melodic voice through the translator. I am High Emissary Zorax of the Valkyrie Federation. We welcome you to Neutral Station Epsilon. Maya stepped forward. High Emissary, I am Captain Maya Chen of the Earth Alliance vessel Intrepid. We come seeking peaceful relations between our peoples. Your journey has been long, Captain. We invite you and your diplomatic team to board the station. We have prepared appropriate accommodations and look forward to productive discussions. The transmission ended, and Maya turned to her executive officer, Commander Jackson Reed. His weathered face showed the same mixture of excitement and caution she felt. Opinions, Commander. Everything by the book so far, Jackson replied. But I recommend we maintain alert status and keep a security detail with the diplomatic team. Agreed. Maya nodded. I want you to remain aboard the Intrepid with a skeleton crew. If anything goes wrong, I'll be ready to extract you, Jackson finished. The docking procedure went smoothly, perhaps too smoothly, Maya thought as she led the 12-person delegation through the airlock. The Valkyrie station's interior was breathtaking, with soaring ceilings that seemed to capture and amplify starlight. The air carried a slight scent of something like cinnamon and ozone. High Emissary Zorax greeted them personally, flanked by what appeared to be advisors and security personnel. The Valkyrie were even more impressive up close, standing nearly 7 feet tall with movements that seemed almost liquid in their grace. Captain Chen, we are honored by your presence, Zorax said with a slight bow. Please, follow me to the conference chamber where refreshments await. As they walked through corridors that seemed to be grown rather than built, Security Chief Marcus Williams fell into step beside Maya. Captain, he whispered, I've counted 23 security checkpoints since we docked. That's excessive for a diplomatic station. Maya nodded slightly. Keep your eyes open, but don't do anything to suggest suspicion. The conference chamber was a circular room with a translucent table that glowed from within. The delegation took their seats across from the Valkyrie representatives, and discussions began. For 3 hours, they talked of trade possibilities, cultural exchange, and navigation rights. The Valkyrie seemed particularly interested in Earth's resource management systems and population distribution. Many questions focused on Earth's defenses and military capabilities, framed as security cooperation inquiries. During a brief recess, Alina approached Maya in a quiet alcove. "Captain, something's off with their language patterns." "Explain." "The translator is picking up subharmonics, secondary communications happening beneath their main speech. They're talking to each other while talking to us." Maya's instincts flared. "What are they saying?" "The translator can't decode it fully, but I've caught fragments about assessment and primary targets." Before Maya could respond, Zorax approached with his arms spread in what appeared to be a welcoming gesture. "Captain Chen, I hope our discussions have been productive. We would like to invite you to a formal reception where you can meet more representatives of our Federation." The reception was held in a vast chamber with a transparent ceiling revealing the stars above. Valkyrie from various departments mingled with the human delegation, offering exotic foods and beverages. Maya noticed how the Valkyrie carefully observed which humans consumed what. Lieutenant Williams approached again, his expression tight. "Captain, I've detected unauthorized scans being conducted throughout the station. They're scanning our genetic structures, analyzing our technology, even the personal items we brought aboard." Maya's unease crystallized into certainty. "Find Dr. Novak and Lieutenant Pottle. Quietly. We need to return to the ship." As she moved through the reception, Maya overheard a conversation between two Valkyrie who didn't realize he was nearby. Her translator picked up only fragments. "Primitive weaponry. Ideal colonization candidate. Minimal resistance expected." Maya froze, then continued walking as if she hadn't heard. She found Alina and Raj near a display of what appeared to be Valkyrie art. "We need to leave," Maya whispered. "Now." Before they could move, the lights throughout the chamber dimmed, then brightened. High Emissary Zorax stood on a raised platform, his multifaceted eyes scanning the crowd. "Honored guests from Earth," he announced, his voice carrying a new tone that the translator rendered as smug satisfaction. "We have completed our assessment of your species and planet." Maya felt adrenaline surge through her body as Valkyrie security personnel moved to block the exits. "The Valkyrie Federation requires new territories and resources. Your solar system has been designated as Acquisition Zone 17. You should feel honored. Your species has been classified as potentially useful." "What is the meaning of this?" Ambassador Thomas Hayes demanded, stepping forward. "We came in peace." "Indeed you did," Zorax replied, his skin shifting to a deep purple that intelligence hadn't documented. "Your peaceful approach confirms our assessment. Species that lead with diplomacy rather than strength are ideal candidates for integration." Maya caught William's eye across the room. He nodded slightly, hand moving toward the concealed weapon under his jacket. "Your ship has already been secured," Zorax continued. "Your crew will be processed for evaluation. Those with useful skills will serve the Federation. The rest will be relocated when colonization begins." Ambassador Hayes stepped forward. "This is an act of war against Earth. War requires equals," Zorax said dismissively. "This is not war. It is simply progress." In that moment, chaos erupted. Williams and the security team drew their weapons, creating a diversion as Maya grabbed Alina and Raj, pulling them toward a service corridor she'd noted earlier. "Hayes, this way," she shouted, but it was too late. Valkyrie security had already surrounded the ambassador and several others. Maya and 5 members of her team fought their way to the corridor, sealing the door behind them. Alarms blared throughout the station. "We need to reach the auxiliary docking bay," Maya ordered. "There should be shuttles we can use." They moved quickly through maintenance tunnels, guided by schematics Raj had downloaded during the tour. Twice they encountered Valkyrie security teams, and twice they were forced to fight. the Valkyrie clearly surprised by the ferocity of the supposedly peaceful humans. The auxiliary bay contained 3 small vessels. The Lena, who had cross-trained as a pilot, quickly assessed the controls. Similar enough to our simulators. I can fly this. As they boarded, Maya established contact with the Intrepid. Commander Reed, the mission is compromised. The Valkyrie intend to colonize Earth. They've taken hostages. Jackson's voice came through with static. Captain, they've locked tractor beams on us. We can't break free. Abandon ship, Maya ordered without hesitation. Emergency Protocol Omega. Get to the escape pods and rendezvous at the coordinates I'm sending now. The stolen shuttle burst from the bay, just as more Valkyrie security arrived. Behind them, the Intrepid's escape pods jettisoned in all directions, creating confusion that allowed their shuttle to slip away. Once they reached a safe distance, Maya gathered her remaining team. Set course for Earth, maximum speed. We need to warn them. Elena looked up from the navigation console. Captain, at this shuttle's top speed, we're 3 weeks from the nearest Earth outpost. Then we have 3 weeks to figure out how to save our planet, Maya replied grimly. Because I heard enough to know the Valkyrie fleet is only 2 weeks behind us. What the Valkyrie didn't know, what no one outside Earth's highest military circles knew, was that humanity had been preparing for this moment for decades. Since the first extraterrestrial signals were detected, Earth had been building. As Maya's shuttle raced toward home, she activated a special transmitter hidden in her command insignia. A quantum-encrypted message shot toward Earth faster than any conventional signal. Phoenix Rising. Authorization Chen, Alpha 7 Delta. Across Earth, hidden facilities began to power up. The Valkyrie were about to learn that appearances could be deceiving. Operation Thunderbolt. Admiral Kenzo Tanaka stood in the subterranean command center beneath the Mariana Trench, Earth's deepest and most secure military installation. Around him, dozens of officers monitored displays showing defensive positions throughout the solar system as a red alert pulsed across every screen. Confirmed. Admiral, reported his communications officer. Captain Chen's quantum burst was authenticated. The Valkyrie are coming, and they're hostile. Kenzo's weathered face remained stoic, but his eyes hardened. For 30 years, he had overseen Project Thunderbolt, the contingency plan for exactly this scenario. Now it was no longer theoretical. How long until the Valkyrie fleet arrives? Based on Captain Chen's intelligence, approximately 12 days, sir. Kenzo nodded. And Chen's team? Still 3 weeks out in the stolen shuttle. They're transmitting data packets when they can, but the Valkyrie are hunting them. Initiate Operation Thunderbolt. Authorization Tanaka Sierra 9 Echo. As Kenzo spoke the code phrase, his voice recognition triggered a cascade of commands throughout Earth's hidden defense network. Deep beneath the lunar surface, in a facility unknown to the public, Dr. Sophia Reyes received the alert on her secure terminal. Without hesitation, she entered her authorization code, and the massive construction bay beneath the moon's far side began to hum with activity. 100 stealth-capable warships, the Luna fleet, powered up engines that had been waiting for this moment. All ships reporting ready status, her assistant announced. The fleet awaits your command. Sophia nodded gravely. Deploy to positions as outlined in the Thunderbolt protocols. Maintain complete emissions control until the signal is given. Throughout the solar system, similar scenes played out. Hidden shipyards on Mars moons, asteroid bases disguised as mining operations, and cloud stations in the atmospheres of Jupiter and Saturn all activated their concealed arsenals. Earth's apparent vulnerability was its greatest deception, a careful illusion maintained for decades. On Earth itself, cities began quietly evacuating civilians to underground shelters under the guise of emergency preparedness drills. Meanwhile, orbital defense platforms that appeared primitive to outside observers underwent rapid transformations as hidden components activated, revealing weapons systems far beyond what any alien surveillance had detected. Admiral Tanaka opened a secure channel to all Thunderbolt commanders. The moment we've prepared for has arrived. For 3 decades, we've hidden our true capabilities, knowing that somewhere among the stars, there might be those who would see our peaceful overtures as weakness. Today, the Valkyrie will learn the cost of that misconception. In deep space, Captain Maya Chen's shuttle executed another evasive maneuver, narrowly avoiding detection by a Valkyrie scout ship. Her small team had been running silent for days, transmitting data only when absolutely secure. "We've decoded more of their communications," Elena reported, her voice hoarse from exhaustion. "The Valkyrie have conquered 7 other worlds using this same method, presenting themselves as diplomatic partners, assessing the target's capabilities, then striking once they've mapped all defenses. They think we're defenseless," Lieutenant Williams added, cleaning his weapon. "Their communications indicate they expect minimal resistance." Maya smiled grimly. "Then they're in for quite a surprise." 10 days later, the Valkyrie fleet emerged from faster-than-light travel at the edge of the solar system. 150 warships in perfect formation, led by High Commander Zorax aboard the dreadnought Inevitable Dominance. Zorax stood on his command deck, watching the holographic display of Earth's solar system. "Status report," he commanded. "Minimal defenses detected, High Commander," his second-in-command reported. "Their orbital platforms are primitive, and we count only 47 warships in Earth orbit. As our intelligence suggested, they are not prepared for warfare." Zorax's skin rippled with smug satisfaction. "Prepare the colonization announcement. Once we destroy their token resistance, we'll begin processing the population." A vast transmission went out across all Earth frequencies, Zorax's face appearing on every screen capable of receiving the signal. "People of Earth, your diplomatic mission has failed. Your representatives have proven the weakness of your species. We have examined your technology, your military capabilities, and your resources. All are now forfeit to the Valkyrie Federation." The transmission continued, detailing how Earth would be reorganized under Valkyrie control, which human populations would be relocated, and which would be allowed to remain as a servant class. Zorax's tone carried undisguised contempt throughout. "Your species is young and weak, with no understanding of galactic realities. Surrender, and we may allow some of you to serve useful functions. You have 48 Earth hours to lay down your weapons and prepare for our arrival." Resistance would be unwise. In the Mariana Command Center, Admiral Tanaka watched the transmission without expression. When it ended, he turned to his officers. "It appears the Valkyrie find us amusing," he said quietly. "Let's see if they're still laughing in 48 hours. Commence Operation Thunderbolt Phase 2. Throughout the solar system, humanity's hidden fleets remained silent, maneuvering into position using minimal power to avoid detection. The trap was nearly set. Aboard the Inevitable Dominance, Zorax received unexpected news. "High Commander, we've detected a small vessel approaching from the direction of Neutral Station Epsilon. It appears to be the shuttle stolen by the humans." Zorax's skin darkened with pleasure. "Excellent. Bring it aboard. I want to personally interrogate the survivors before we reach Earth." What Zorax didn't know was that the approaching shuttle contained not Maya Chen and her team, but a skeleton crew of volunteers carrying a Trojan horse, a quantum virus developed by Earth's best programmers, designed to infiltrate and disrupt Valkyrie systems. The shuttle was captured by the Valkyrie dreadnought's tractor beam exactly as planned. When Valkyrie security forces breached the shuttle, they found only 3 unconscious humans, and activated a hidden device that immediately connected with the dreadnought's central computer. Meanwhile, the real Maya Chen and her core team had transferred to a stealth pod and launched toward the Inevitable Dominance's blind spot, its enormous engine array. Using specialized equipment, they attached to the hull and began cutting their way in. "Remember the plan," Maya told her team as they prepared to enter. "We have 6 hours to locate and disable their central communication hub. The moment we succeed, Earth launches the counterattack." Inside the massive ship, they moved through maintenance corridors, avoiding Valkyrie patrols with the help of schematics provided by the quantum virus that was now spreading through the ship's systems. As the 48-hour deadline approached, the Valkyrie fleet moved into position around Earth, weapons charged and ready. On the command deck, Zorax watched with satisfaction as Earth's meager defense fleet made no move to engage. "They've accepted their fate," he said to his officers. "Begin targeting their orbital platforms. Once those are destroyed, we'll eliminate their surface-based weapons." "High Commander," his sensor officer suddenly called out, "we're detecting unusual energy signatures from Earth's moon." Zorax turned with irritation. "Explain." "Unknown, sir. The readings keep appearing and disappearing. It could be a sensor malfunction, or it could be a primitive attempt at deception," Zorax said dismissively. "Ignore it and proceed with the attack plan." At exactly that moment, Maya and her team reached the central communication hub of the inevitable dominance. With precision born of desperate practice, they planted specialized EMP devices designed to target only Valkyrie technology. "Charges set," Williams reported. "Ready on your mark, Captain." Maya activated her quantum transmitter one last time. "Admiral Tanaka, this is Chen. Package delivered. Authorization for Phase 3. Chen Omega Final." Deep below the Mariana Trench, Admiral Tanaka smiled for the first time in days. "All Thunderbolt units, this is command. Execute Phase 3. I repeat, execute Phase 3. Throughout the solar system, humanity's hidden fleet deactivated their stealth systems. From behind the moon, from within the asteroid belt, from Jupiter's cloud layers, and from beneath Earth's oceans, 500 warships suddenly appeared on Valkyrie sensors. On the inevitable dominance, alarms blared as the sensor officer's console lit up with warnings. "High Commander, multiple contacts appearing throughout the system. They're everywhere." Zorax stared in disbelief as the holographic display revealed hundreds of human warships materializing around his fleet. "Impossible. Their technology isn't capable of." His words were cut short as Maya detonated the EMP devices. Throughout the dreadnought, systems failed as a cascading power loss spread from section to section. The massive ship went dark, its weapons and shields disabled. Simultaneously, the quantum virus activated its final phase, transmitting the command codes for the Valkyrie fleet to all Earth vessels. Across the battlefield, Valkyrie ships found their communications scrambled, their targeting systems compromised, and their engines responding to contradictory commands. From the bridge of the EE's Defiance, Earth's most advanced battleship, Admiral Tanaka gave the order. "All ships engage targets according to the Thunderbolt protocols. Show them what humanity is truly capable of." What followed was not the one-sided slaughter the Valkyrie had anticipated, but a devastating demonstration of humanity's hidden power. Ships equipped with gravity manipulation weapons tore Valkyrie vessels apart. Advanced rail guns fired projectiles at velocities the Valkyrie shields couldn't deflect. Stealth fighters deployed quantum disruption fields that rendered Valkyrie technology useless. Aboard the powerless inevitable dominance, Maya and her team fought their way to the command deck. They found Zorax frantically trying to restore power as his officers reported one devastating loss after another. "High Commander Zorax," Maya called out, training her weapon on the Valkyrie leader. "Perhaps you'd like to reconsider your assessment of humanity's capabilities." Zorax turned, his multifaceted eyes widening with shock. How? How is this possible? Your species was supposed to be primitive, peaceful." "That's where you made your mistake," Maya replied. "Humanity values peace, but we prepare for war. For 30 years, we've known contact with advanced species was inevitable. So we built, we planned, and we waited. Everything you saw, everything you measured, it was what we wanted you to see." Outside the viewports, the battle rage. Valkyrie ships were being systematically disabled or destroyed, their superior numbers negated by surprise, and the failure of their command structure. "You've lost, Zorax. Surrender your remaining forces, or we'll be forced to destroy them all." 3 hours later, Admiral Tanaka stood before the United Earth Council, delivering his report. The remaining Valkyrie vessels have surrendered. High Commander Zorax has signed a formal capitulation and recognition of Earth sovereignty. Captain Chen and her team are being returned to Earth with full honors. The counselors sat in stunned silence before one finally spoke. How did they not detect our preparations? 30 years of building a fleet that size. Tanaka allowed himself a small smile. Because we never built anything they weren't expecting to see. On the surface, we appeared to be exactly what they assumed. A young species just reaching for the stars. Our public space program used conventional technology. Our visible defenses were deliberately designed to appear primitive. Meanwhile, he continued, we built the real fleet in places no one would look. Inside asteroids, beneath planetary surfaces, in the clouds of gas giants. We powered down when their probes were near and used the natural interference of our system to mask our activities. And now, another counselor asked, what happens when the rest of the galaxy learns what we've done? Now, Tanaka replied, we negotiate from a position of strength. The Valkyrie Federation has agreed to acknowledge Earth as a sovereign power and to provide reparations for their attempted conquest. More importantly, they'll serve as an object lesson to any other species that might consider us easy prey. 2 months later, Captain Maya Chen stood on the observation deck of the newly commissioned EA's Intrepid II, watching Earth recede as her ship prepared for its next mission. This time, she wasn't leading a diplomatic delegation. She was commanding a task force assigned to investigate the other worlds the Valkyrie have conquered. Course laid in, Captain, reported Lieutenant Paddle from his station. Ready when you are. Maya nodded, turning her gaze to the stars ahead. Humanity kept to the shadows while we were vulnerable, she said quietly. Now it's time to step into the light and bring that light to others. The Intrepid II's engines flared to life, and Earth's newest warship accelerated toward the stars, carrying with it humanity's message to the galaxy. We come in peace, but never mistake our desire for peace as weakness.